Hello, my name is Marissa, and I am painting my kitchen. Um, just the cabinets and the doors and the drawer fronts and that sort of thing. I'm not painting the walls. I'm doing it in this really dark red that I got from Ace Hardware using the Valspar paint. I bought this on sale, 50% off, because Valspar was bought out by Sherwin-Williams. And so Ace Hardware had this on half price, and we just happened to be there. And I'm like, oh, let me go ahead and get this because it's a good brand. And it was like 25 bucks a can as opposed to 50. And so I have been working on getting the courage to actually paint my kitchen because it is a very daunting task. Paint can go very, very wrong sometimes, depending how experienced you are with it. So what I decided to do was I bought this paint set over here, which actually turned out to be the wrong one. I took this door off of one of my cabinets because I wanted to test out what method I preferred of putting paint on the cabinet, onto the cabinets. And so I bought this paint kit. As you can see, it's for, I think it says somewhere on here that it's more for like, oh, I think it's on the actual packaging. Yeah. It says eggshell, matte, and flat sheens. And I asked the guy if it was good for everybody or every type of paint, and he said yes. But this is a semi-gloss. So I tried it with this roller, and it didn't turn out so well. So then I tried it with the paintbrush that came with the kit, and it didn't work out too well. So then I went to the internet and looked up some stuff and went back to Ace Hardware because I had a couple other cans of paint that needed to be tinted from the Valspar sale. And looked at the different painting supplies, and I came upon the painting pad, which I had actually heard about before randomly, and figured it might be good. So I went ahead and bought the 7-inch, and I also bought the 3-inch, or I guess this is a 3-inch or 2-inch or whatever, and decided to try those. And I bought the 7-inch because I have a bunch of cabinet doors and drawer fronts that would work really well on, and then flat cabinet sides. And then I bought this one because I have a bunch of bevel edges on my cabinet, which I'll show you in a second. So on this cabinet door, excuse me, I tried all three methods, and I found that the paint pad worked really super well. I really liked it. Going through and painting my cabinets, I've already gotten the cabinet doors and drawer fronts done with the first coat, because this does take several coats. I went online and looked up painting cabinets from white to red using this particular paint. And I read somewhere that it takes 3 to 5 coats to get a really solid coating on there. And I find that to be true. So what I did with it, and I covered this with saran wrap because it's full of paint. And this stuff takes about 30 minutes to an hour to dry. I'm going to give it probably a couple hours because I put on really thick coats on the cabinet fronts. And so I don't want to lose the paint that's in here because there's quite a bit of paint in there. So what I did was when I went up, I used the bottom edge to go up. And when I came down, of course, I went this way. And I ended up with the edge. This thing has made it so much easier than I thought it would be. And then I also, with my painting tray, this came with that set over here. With this, I just poured a bunch of paint in there. I have these little plastic cups already laying around the house. So I just use that to scoop it into here. And you just put turn it this way. Just put the paint pad into there and then kind of wipe it a little bit. And then also sometimes I would wipe off the drips on the sides. But I found that making that upward motion with the bottom of the paint pad helped to kind of disperse any drips onto the cabinet door, and then I could drag it down and spread it out. So that really helped with drips. I still got some because, you know, that's what happens when you paint. If you don't get drips, then you're not doing it right, apparently. I also bought this, which is a drill bit paint stir. This seemed to work really well. I like that a lot. This was like $5 at Home Depot. And then I got this kit for like $10 at Home Depot, which somewhat became a bust because I bought the wrong one. I actually think I told the guy the wrong type of paint, but what have you. We have paint supplies for another time. So I'm going to walk you over to a part of our cabinet right here. And the lighting is not perfect, but I think it's pretty good. So on the edging right here, I used a paintbrush to paint just along the edge, and part of that, I guess, the bullnose edging or molding. And then I did that around all the tops of the cabinets where it was necessary. Wherever it touched the ceiling or the wall, I painted. So like down this edge here, I painted with a paintbrush, and I'll go back and show you which paintbrush I used. It's quite a small one. And then I did 5 coats, and that got that really nice dark red color. I know it looks maybe look kind of brownish in the video, but that is a very dark red. And then you can see where I did the paint pad on the side. And I'm not worried about the streak marks because once I get a few coats on there, like on that other cabinet door, it'll start looking really solid. But I used the paintbrush on the side here, and then just along the edge and whatever else it just happened to cover. And then I came back. That was Saturday I started that. The 5th coat was put in Sunday morning. And then I took a bigger brush and completed the rest of the edging that doesn't touch a wall, because I have a couple of I have some open space with my cabinets where the top is open. And so I just took that paintbrush and painted the rest of the edging. So like this part here where it's like a little concave, that part I painted yesterday. And I did, I think 4 coats, because I think I put on thicker coats yesterday than I did with that edging. So let me go show you those paintbrushes. So this one here is the paintbrush that I used on just the, edging against the cabinet. It is just a regular old cheapo paintbrush I got from Hobby Lobby that I use for doing paintings and stuff for fun. And that worked out really well. And then this is the paintbrush that I used for the rest of it. You can see paint on it. I've been using it to wipe off excess paint because it gets in the weird places on the paint pad. Excuse me, and I can't wipe it off. So I just go ahead and use this to kind of wipe off the excess. And if I get any like globs of paint on top of the cabinet doors or on the bottom, sides, whatever, I use this to kind of try to even it out a little bit. So I have this one that worked out really well on that part of the edging. So so far I've knocked out my kitchen cabinets, the fronts on the first coat in, I would say, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It wasn't even, I don't even think it was that long. And I am really super pleased. I'm going to try to link the video I watched with the gentleman that showed how to, tips for the paint pad. Because I went on to YouTube and found a video to show me how to use it. But yeah, I will keep working, and it shouldn't take too much longer, and hopefully I'll have this knocked out by the end of the day. Thanks for watching.